did I get here? Hello. Here we will review one of my poor life choices. That I could drive a car around the track in GT7 and have fun. Race 5, the World Touring Car 700 at Deep Forest Raceway, an endurance affair. The rules are simple, 10 laps, 20 cars. It's called an endurance race, which is code for you will now babysit tire wear and fuel consumption. The PP limit is 700. First place pays 110,000 credits, which should cover the cost of the racing brakes you'll glaze over. As always, no mechanical damage, no shortcut penalty, and no wall collision penalty. Consider the barrier as a guideline. Sportsmanship is for people who finish second. The tune. My weapon of choice was the Nissan GT-R 17, nicknamed Godzilla, a fitting title for something this blunt. It's on stock sports hard tires, stock suspension, and a stock differential. A configuration screaming I've given up. The downforce is set to modest. If I were to do it again, I'd probably reduce it further. Not for better lap times, but to mildly improve fuel economy. The modifications list reads like a cry for help. Racing ECU and customized racing transmission for that professional touch. A racing muffler, purely for audio aesthetics. The howl of the turbo is the soundtrack to my poor decisions. Carbon brakes, because slowing down a 2,800-pound paperwork repeatedly requires something more than just hope. Assorted engine mods to raise the PP to the limit. Weight reduction, a single modification that makes the car better at literally everything. It's the duct tape of the tuning world, a must-have. The race. The launch into the first corner, a masterclass in optimism. Cold tires met with hot ambition, and I run wide. Plan for the opening lap is to get through traffic, which in practice means survive the mobile chicanes. Through the tunnel, committed to my braking line for the hairpin, I choose the path of least resistance, the wall. A spectacular scrape later, I still messed up the braking, allowing an AI to slip inside. It then kindly lifts on exit, letting me blast down the hill. My gratitude was expressed by outbraking myself into the next corner. Pick my way through the midfield curves. A Lamborghini briefly holds me up, offended by my presence. I pass it, and a conga line of other cars in the tunnels. The hairpin, miraculously, was clean. I fly past the Mustang on the straight and actually took the following corner correctly, a fleeting moment of confidence. The strategy for this race. The plan is a one-stop pit, taken on lap 5. No tire change. The sports hearts will handle that. We rely on downforce and all-wheel drive to cope with the grip of the greased bowling balls by lap 8. Fuel map is set to 6, the kind of setting that makes a Prius driver feel aggressive. This requires slipstreaming anything that moves and shifting it around 6,500 RPM. early enough to strain the relationship between me and the car. It is tight, but not stranded on the final straight tight. Next time, less downforce for less drag for more efficiency. Muddling through. By the end of lap 2, exiting the tunnel, I was in 7th. I dispatched a BMW, then overtook a Mazda and a Lexus as they lovingly traded paint. The Mazda drifts into my path, we touch, just a friendly hello. The AI cars politely hold the inside line, making me go wide on the corner. Setting up a thrilling midfield segment as I'm chased by a pack of cars powered by pure spite. I pass a Supra in the tunnel to take second. It repays me by outbraking me and giving me a love tap in the hairpin. I out-drag him down the hill. It was a special moment. My driving philosophy is simple. Use the whole track, and the grass, and sometimes the wall. It's not elegant, but it's effective. And there was the leader, a beacon of hope. And then I pit. Brilliantly, I only refueled. No tire change. The sports hards are holding up, barely touched. I then re-enter the race, directly into the back of slower traffic. A flawless execution of strategy. I mostly cleanly passed them. Through the tunnel in the hairpin. I then spent an age chasing a Corvette for P2. Once caught, I waited for an opening. Then, I decided to create an opening. It was assertive. A drag race ensues with the Corvette through the tunnel. I prevailed, pulling away on the straight, and set my sights on P1. I spot him in the tunnels, a blue Dodge Fighter. Poor thing, he was about to be eaten by Godzilla. I blew past him on the street, with the subtlety of a freight train. The run to the finish line was peaceful. I had time to mentally compose my grocery list. And victory. The results. Total time, 16 minutes and 6 seconds. Margin of victory, almost 5 seconds over the Viper. A crushing display of slight superiority. Best lap, 132 on lap 9, when the car was light and the track was clear. Prize, 110,000 credits. No clean race bonus. I was under the impression there were no track limits. Silly me. I'll have to console myself with the trophy and the cash. A true moral victory.